we'll be talking about varicocele. Before we get right into this video, this is what varicocele looks like. It makes the scrotum looks like a bag of worms. It's also known as a bag of worms medically. That's another slogan for it. So why does it look like this? Varicocele occurs when the veins in the scrotum becomes dilated. So that's what you find, and when they are dilated, they become tortuous and they now make the scrotum look like a bag of. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Dr. Judith Ebengho, and in today's video I'll be talking to you about varicocele, and we're still on our series on infertility, so this is just one of the video on that topic, and you'll get to know about how varicocele can cause infertility. But before we get right in, have you subscribed? If you like this video, please leave me a comment as you watch. Let me know if there are particular topics you want me to talk about. Even if it's not related to infertility, I'll be happy to. Alright, we'll be talking about varicocele. Before we get right into this video, this is what varicocele looks like. It makes the scrotum looks like a bag of worms. It's also known as a bag of worms medically. That's another slogan for it. So why does it look like this? Varicocele occurs when the veins in the scrotum becomes dilated. So that's what you find, and when they are dilated, they become tortuous and they now make the scrotum look like a bag of worms. Anyways, how common is varicocele? It's quite common. It affects about 10% of men, and that means that out of 100 men, 10 of them would have varicocele. And out of the 10 men that will have varicocele, varicocele can cause infertility in about 40% of them. So that means 4 out of these 10 men would have fertility issues as a result of this varicocele. So you can see that it's quite common, and it's a topic that is worthy of mention. So there are different causes of varicocele, to be honest. There's not one thing that you can say, okay, this thing in particular is the one that is causing varicocele or stuff like that. So but some people say, oh, during puberty there's increased blood flow to the scrotum because testes is growing and all of that, and if this blood flow cannot be adequately managed by the organ, then the veins become dilated and all of that. But like I said before, there's not just one main cause of varicocele. So next up, one important thing that we must mention in this series is, how does this varicocele cause infertility for men? So we know that the scrotum is in a sac that descends down from the body, and that is intentional because the temperature that is needed to form sperm has to be a slightly lower than the normal body temperature. So you have the testicles descending out like in their own sac, that's in the scrotum, so that they have a temperature that is about 2 degrees lower than the normal body temperature, so that they can form sperm adequately. And if you don't have that temperature, then you begin to form abnormal sperm. When there's varicocele, there is more, the veins are engorged, more blood would. When there's varicocele, the vessels are engorged, more blood will flow towards that region, and then there's stasis of blood. The blood begins to pool there, and when you have all of this, then the temperature goes up. And instead of having having lesser temperature in the scrotum, we find out that the temperature there is slightly higher, and all of this would damage the sperm that is being formed. And when you have damaged sperm, guys, fertilization is going to be hard. So that's how varicocele causes infertility. Now that we know that, a lot of people will say, oh, doctor, I have varicocele. I would say, do not go about making a diagnosis by yourself. Please present at the hospital. Let us evaluate you properly and know what is wrong, and then know the best management options for you. There are a lot of options out there to manage varicocele, and really you have to be evaluated by a specialist. There's a surgery known as varicocelectomy that can be done. There are laparoscopic surgeries and all of that, but your doctor has to take a history from you, put you in, every individual is different, so there's not just a one-size-fits-all approach. That's why a doctor has to evaluate you and then know that this is the best management option for you. With this, we've come to the end of this video. Short, right? So please, once again, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.